Good evening, gentlemen. Uh, I hope all of you are well, having a jolly good time, and I'm also enjoying myself. I'm going to talk to you on a very important topic now. आप जानते हो कि डोनाल्ड ट्रंप की वोट टेकिंग सेरेमनी हो गई है. इट वाज देयर ऑन द 20th of January, and now he has become the 47th president of the United States. मैं इतनी बात कहूंगा डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के बारे में कि ही इज अ वेरी डायनेमिक आदमी, बहुत डायनेमिक आदमी है. एंड ही इज गॉट ए फार रीचिंग विजन. Whether he succeeds or he doesn't succeed, that's another point. Now, after he took over on the 20th, he has signed a plethora of executive orders. And that shows his mind, the way he's functioning. The first thing he's done is that he's stopped giving citizenship to any American or any person who is born in America and is not an American citizen. So there's so many people who were traveling to America and who were in the last stages of pregnancy, and when they went there, the child was born and automatically he was given American citizenship. ये उन्होंने बंद कर दिया है. But matter has not ended. The First Circuit Court has put a stay on the order and posted a hearing for arguments on the 6th of February, after which the matter will linger along. So it's not something that he could do straight away. But otherwise, he's made a lot of revolutionary things. And the first thing he has done is to have cracked down on the illegal immigrants. And yesterday, he had a massive victory in the sense two plane loads of the US Air Force loaded with Colombians who were to be deported to Colombia were sent, and the Colombian president passed an order to the ATC not to allow the planes to land, and the planes had to go back. Well, Trump took a very hard line on that. And he put in one tweet, and that tweet said that from today, I'm going to put 25% tariff on all Colombian goods, which after another week will become 50%, and I'm going to stop all visas, all facilities and privileges being given to the diplomats, as well as those who were planning to come to United States with immediate effect. Now that was a very bombastic method of dealing with the thing. I think the Colombian president, the moment he saw it, he backtracked and agreed. He said, let the planes come. And he not only went on to say, he said, I sent my presidential plane to bring these refugees back to Colombia. So this shows the type of man Donald Trump is. Once he says, I want to go and do a thing, he goes and does it. He's also told India that I'm sending 18,000 Indians from America to India back. They're illegal aliens. And the Indian government has gladly accepted it. I think that the best thing they could have done, because if they had opposed Trump, it would have been very bad for India. In any case, as you all know, gentlemen, Mr. Jay Shankar is sitting in America for the last 1 month, and finally, I believe yesterday, Donald Trump had a telephone conversation with Narendra Modi. This must be a great solace to Modi that he could talk to Donald Trump. He'd been waiting for a month to talk to him, but I told you earlier, by his own actions, Modi had greatly insulted Donald Trump earlier, and that's why Trump had put Modi in the doghouse. But one thing about Trump, let us remember, he is what is called a bully. If you remember, when we were in school, there used to be somebody who used to be the bully. Bully is a man who goes and, or a boy who dominates over others because of the sense of fear he creates in the other students. So he's called a bully. And the bullies are those actually who really are got legs of clay, because when somebody opposes these bullies, they run away. I think it's good to remember that Donald Trump is a bully. And so long as you listen to his bravado and his talk and get frightened of him, he will say, I'm the winner. But if somebody opposes him, I'm sure, I think Trump is going to run away. This is my personal reading of the situation. Gentlemen, I may be wrong, or I may be right also, but that is precisely what is the character of Donald Trump. Now, he's done the same thing in Ukraine, and now he's doing the same thing in Europe. He's claiming Greenland as part of America, and I believe he had a long conversation with the Danish Prime Minister, I think yesterday, 45 minutes, and it didn't go well because he became abusive, he was threatening, and the poor Danish couldn't do anything. After Denmark's a very small country, it can't match the United States. And if Donald Trump has decided that he's going to take over Greenland, he will very well take it. But the point, gentlemen, which I'm coming to is that the entire Western Europe is in turmoil. I remember I had made a video some time back and I told everybody here that Europe is on its last legs and it was surviving only because America was bolstering it up with its military might. Now, one thing is clear, Donald Trump has realized that America cannot keep on bolstering the East European and the West European countries for nothing. I mean, they've been spending billions of dollars in supporting these militarily as well as economic aid. And now he's withdrawn his hand. I'm told he has stopped all aid to all countries except for Israel and Egypt. And that way, even Bangladesh and Pakistan are greatly affected, and so is Europe. Now, there have been statements from the German Chancellor and the French President who said if America attacks Europe, then it will not be a good thing. They haven't specified what they're going to do. Now, why should America attack Europe? There's no need. Europe going to collapse on its own, like a pack of cards. Europe, as I told you, gentlemen, is on its last legs. And the British are, I think, got one hand and one leg in the grave now. And one thing, let's accept the fact that the British did a great blunder when they went and opposed Adolf Hitler and fought with him till the end of the world. Net result was Hitler was defeated, but it was a Pyrrhic victory. You understand what a Pyrrhic victory is? A victory which leaves a bad taste in the mouth. And the British had a very bad taste of that victory in the sense they lost their empire. Gentlemen, within 2 years of the end of the Second World War, the British Empire, the French Empire all went packing home. And after that, the British and the French and the others have not been able to come up or recover. Even Germany, which for some time was doing well, there is recession, and the Germans don't know what the hell to do. And then has come the Ukraine war with the uh, entire Europe was united in fighting the Russians. They were fighting how? They were fighting on the back of the Americans because there was a president called Joe Biden, and then earlier to him Clinton, and then even George Bush and Obama. All of them had one face it, one point plan to finish Russia. But now, I think if you go through a statement of Donald Trump and even Marco Rubio, who is now the new Secretary of State, they say that it's a fallacy to think that Russia is our biggest enemy, while the real enemy is China. So that is the point which is we are coming to, gentlemen, that Americans have realized under Donald Trump that China is their main enemy. And as far as Europe is concerned, I don't think they have any future, honestly. I mean, they're so badly off in recession, number one. Number two, they have a demographic problem. Number three, the minority, that the Muslim minority is so assertive there that even the French police and the German police dare not go into the hovels or the places where the ghettos where the Muslims are staying because nobody wants to get killed. So that's the element of fear that has been created in Europe. And America also the same thing was going to happen, but Donald Trump has taken a decision to deport all illegal aliens. And he's going to send them all home now. And he's also antagonized Europe with this claim over Greenland. And I think the Europeans may better think because they're not going to have the spunk to fight. They don't have any ability to fight also. And I think he's going to leave Europe to the wolves. Now he's got another plan, and that is Canada. And he's been repeatedly saying that he would like Canada to be the one of the provinces of the United States. Wonderful, I like it. And he also says that the Canadians would like to be with America. I think he's correct there. The Canada, as it is in turmoil, and the leadership there is just doesn't know what the hell is happening. There's a Khalistan movement going on there with the connivance of the Canadian government, and all sorts of problems are there. And a damn good thing, if Canada becomes a part of the United States. But then it's not going to be so easy, even taking over Greenland. But then the ball has been set in motion because Trump wants to create history. He's also wanting a say back to the Panama Canal, which the Americans handed over to the Panama government, and now Trump says, "I'm going to take it back." Probably he will, because the canal is now being operated by the Chinese, and Trump has said that we gave the canal to Panama and not to the Chinese to run it. So we'll have to wait and see, gentlemen, what happens on these three major points. But as far as the Ukraine war is concerned, I think something is going to happen very fast because the supply of weapons to Ukraine has been stopped by Trump, and the Ukrainian president doesn't know what the hell is happening now. He was thinking he's a great hero, going all over Europe, wearing a T-shirt and showing that, well, I'm a great soldier and this thing and that thing. Net result is he's now running around like a scared cat. He doesn't know what to do. The Russians are gaining more and more territory in the Donbass region, and despite the threat by Donald Trump, I don't think Russians are going to accept his threat because Vladimir Putin is an equally strong man, and he's told Donald Trump, look, if you oppress, I'm ready for talks, but it has to be with dignity. Now that's the crucial thing. And Trump, of course, has said, I sympathize with Putin and I realize why the war is going on, and he's blamed Zelensky for the war, for instigating the Russians. As far as the French are concerned, the Germans and the others, I think they are as good as written off. If there's no American backing, they'll just collapse like a pack of cards. The only country of which Donald Trump is, I think, very off is China. As I told you, Donald Trump is a great bully. And when he's bullying somebody, if somebody gets scared, well, he's the victorious guy. But China is a different kettle of fish. He had put tariffs of 10% on Chinese goods, and the Chinese retaliated in a very bad way and put tariffs of 74% on some of the American goods. So Trump is up against a wall. The Chinese are very strong. They have an $18 trillion economy, and at the same time, they are not going to say yes, sir, three bags full. And that is the reason he's treating the Chinese with kid gloves. He was called the Chinese president for his swearing in ceremony. In fact, he's the first person to be given the invitation, in contrast to Modi, whom he has ignored completely. And now he's been thinking about the tariffs and what's going to be done as far as China is concerned. So, gentlemen, the Ides of March is approaching with a very crucial factor. I think, I don't know, I have a cyclical inherent feeling that something is going to happen in the Ides of March. This was the day when the famous Roman statesman Julius Caesar was murdered by his friends, including his best friend uh, Brutus. So you don't know what's going to happen. I hope Trump handles what's going to happen with aplomb and does it, but you've got to be very careful. The horoscope which I've cast about him is not very honky dory for the period which is to come. He's a very aggressive man, and he's a bully. So let's see what happens. So, gentlemen, I think I won't say anything more further on this. Trump is just in the first few days of his presidency, and I wish him all the luck. He's got three or four major tasks lined out before him, and he'll have to tread very carefully. You know, the old saying, one should be careful when you walk in the dark. So you've got to be very careful. And I think he knows precisely what's happening. And another thing which is going to we are going to watch during the reign of Donald Trump is going to be the demise of Western Europe. Germany, France, and England, I think, going to get finished. They're going to be fifth rate power very shortly. And China will be the major beneficiary. China is a major contender for the crown with America, and America is going to be very careful with it. And the Americans are careful. They're going about it in a very wonderful manner. Of course, India, they don't really bother much. India doesn't feature much in the scheme of things as far as Donald Trump is concerned. So that's where it is. I think I'll close now and say goodbye. I hope you like this video and my line of thought. I wish you all the best. In the meanwhile, if you like my channel, please come back, subscribe and share it. And I will say Jai Hind and have a wonderful night.